What's up, YouTube? Back with another Beyond Bent Productions, Cold Blooded. We're gonna get down to how they have ownership over you. So this is the Easement Act of 1882. So it goes into everything defined in this of how they have control over you. Prescriptive right to pollute air or water. How about that? Right of enjoyment without disruptance. So that means you can't interrupt them while they're screwing you over all the time because they have a right to. Yep. You gotta read how this stuff is worded, people. So this is how they want it worded. Yeah, see? Extinction on termination of necessity. Extinction of non-enjoyment by non-enjoyment. How about that? Extinction of accessory rights. As defined before, the rabbit hole goes deep, people. Like I said before, pretty much because they said they conquered our forefathers and took our lands. And nobody was on the lands for so many years, and nobody upgraded the lands or made any improvements on the lands. That it's their right to anything that was on the land is theirs. And guess who was on the land? Pretty much everybody who was on there. And it goes back, if your ancestors were here, then you're part of the ancestors, and so they own you too. Which this all comes back to your name, because you no longer have a clan name or a tribe name anymore. You have a surname. What is your surname? Does that come from England? English. Land includes also things permanently attached to the earth. Beneficial enjoyment includes also possible conveyance, remote advantages, and even a mere entity to the expression to do something. Includes removal and appropriation by the dominant owner for the beneficial enjoyment of the dominant heritage. See? I can't remember what book I got these out of. I've had this for a few years. See? Easements are either continuous or discontinuous, apparent or not apparent. Did I see? Nope, I don't say bank, it says tank. I see fish out of water, servants, lodgers, and servants, water, fish. It's all here, people. So you gotta figure out who's A, who's B, and who's C. Because a person cannot own property, but a trust can. A trust can own property. A trust can invest money. A trust can loan money. There's all kinds of things that you can do as a trust because you are the beneficiary of your trust. See the water? What is the water? Water is a flow of currency. But they have access to all the water flows. And it says in any direction, any angle. Yeah, that's weird. See the right to every owner to upper land that water naturally rising in or falling on such land and not passing in defined channel shall be allowed by the owner of adjacent land to run naturally thereto. Yeah. Yeah, some weird stuff. Possession, acquisition, and transfer of easements. So you can't post the Easement Act on your own name because your name is a property. Your trust is a property. Because it's an actual thing. It does exist. Your rights are your property. They're supposed to get a 20 years easement. That's what it talks about in here. Like everybody should get 20 years of easement or carefreeness or whatever. But then after that 20 years, yeah, it's pretty much game on. So you got the mill. You got picks up the sawmill, and you got to reclaim Black Acre. That's all in the other book, property and survey of land. Sorry, I'm having to hold my tablet because my phone's out of memory. I gotta find my SD card. So I can't even take any more pictures or do any more videos with the phone. So that's fine. And this is a few pages long, so just watch along here with me. We're still on the same chapter. Yeah, that's my daughter in the background. She's screaming again first thing in the morning with somebody on the phone. I love having teenagers. Now look, now you got Y, Z, and B in here again. Who's Y and Z? Figure that out. For right now, it's just for reference, but one could be you, one could be your corporate name, one could just be you. So remember, you do have a strawman account. It is your corporate name. That's why when somebody dies, you have to go to probate court and fight for it because that name wasn't really there, so anything tied to that name doesn't really belong to them. And you have to go file grievances and all that stuff. But if you reclaim your name before then, there's nothing to worry about. Things like trademarking your name. It's like Coca-Cola. See the commercials all the time. Coca-Cola Company, all rights reserved. Yeah. That's their name. Nobody else can use it. Unless you want to pay to use their name. That's pretty much what reclaiming your name and your trust is doing. Because the government says they need to manage you because we don't know what we're doing. But who's to say they can't manage their own affairs? If you don't let anybody try, you'll never know. So, this is going to be my new goal, is to get this started ASAP. Because seeing is doing, right? And doing is believing. So, look, the paper mill. Now it's called a paper mill. It's just a mill, period, pretty much. But a paper mill, that means you have a right to make money. As the owner of a paper mill acquires a right to pollute a stream by pouring in refused liquor, processing and making the mill paper from rags. He may pollute the stream by pouring the similar liquor produced by making the mill paper by a new process from bamboos. That's hilarious, huh? And this is what they wrote back in the 1820s. I'm sure it might have been like rewritten, but I haven't seen a revised plan of this, so this is the old, based on old stuff. You see how it's bound together too? That means a lot of stuff. It's a binding contract. These are binding words. What else deals with binding? Magic. I didn't say that. Some people, rabbit hole goes deep. Please believe it does. a rite of passage? I mean, what is all that? The rite of passage? What does that sound like to you? What is the rite of passage? Restricted right to light or air. Here's a little side note. Restricted right to pollute air or water. That sounds like what the government does all the time. And these big corporations do it all the time. But they have a right to do that because they've stolen this land. Yeah. When they're dominant heritages. See the servant heritage. And then to increase substantial the burden on the servant heritage. See a house. The house of David, the house of Joseph, the house of this. It all has to do with biblical stuff too. Like your trust. It goes back to Matthews. If you want to read Matthews in the Bible, a lot of this deals with that too. Here goes the dominant heritage again. Or the occupier of such heritage. Yeah, see, this is how they get away with it, because they don't dip into your lives too much and procreate too much funds from you and steal from you too much, as long as they don't substantially damage to the plaintiff, right? See, and doing any act likely to injure the plaintiff by affecting the evidence of the easement or by materially diminishing the value of the dominant heritage. What does that sound like? Sorry about that. Say 10 on the meaning. Extinction, suspension, and arrival of easements. It means you can't cancel them from trespassing on your property and your rights and your name and your trust, and breach of trust.